Hi everybody, I'm Rick DePiro with the Roland Corporation here with our friends at Kraft Music. And in this video we're going to talk about Roland's amazing breakthrough technology in the world famous now V-Piano. Just so you know, when you're looking for great instruments and great value, you can always come to Kraft Music. And remember, the bundled packages they offer give you so much more value for your dollar. It gives you your instrument complete when you get it in your studio or at home and makes your experience the best it can possibly be. So make sure you stick with Kraft Music and get a great deal on this instrument. I guess there's a lot of adjectives you could use about an instrument this remarkable, this amazing, and this innovative. Wow starts the list at the bottom and it goes up from there. In the last year or so since the V-Piano has been introduced, the world was astounded by what our V-legacy engineers had come up with. These are the same gentlemen that brought you V-drums, V-bass, on and on and on. And it took them 10 years to develop this magnificent instrument. What it represents in a nutshell is the ability to take every nuance of a concert grand piano and bring it into your grasp so that you can actually replicate whatever your favorite piano is in the world and have several of those at your hands at all times so that in a recording studio, on stage, for the ultimate professional, for someone who really knows what a concert grand is all about, you can achieve that miracle right here in a digital instrument for the first time in history. Now, one thing I should let you know right off the bat is that this is just an abbreviated demo for this magnificent instrument. If you really want to see full detail on the V-Piano, to do it justice, make sure you see what we've done as a company. RolandUS.com gives you a great resource for example, the video editor that you can put on your laptop to actually allow you to be your own technician and really get full advantage of the features that are available on the product. When you're manipulating a grand piano as a technician would, you want to be able to see it, and unfortunately for most of us, we're not technicians. So to be able to visually take care of what you want to take care of, it makes it so much easier. And we do have a nice screen on the instrument, but to see it on a big screen, it just helps quite a bit. So again, you can visit RolandUS.com or go to our friends at Kraft Music, and there's plenty of resources out there. Make sure you do that for this product because it'll definitely benefit you in a lot of ways. So before I talk about the features that make the V-Piano what it is, I should mention that included in this instrument are some of the things that we include on a lot of the great Roland pianos. For instance, a USB host port, which allows to play along with MIDI files, audio files, center cancel, all that really cool stuff to give you the feeling that you can do more than just have the piano present. There's a headphone jack and a headphone hook, so you don't have to leave your headphones on the floor after you're done with them. A really sturdy stand so you can feel like you've got a solid foundation when you're playing this grand piano that Roland just made. It really is. It feels like a concert grand. It's amazing. There's a 3-pedal system, the same way it would be with a concert grand. And if you do purchase the bundle that Kraft Music offers, you'll get stuff like a music rack, a bench, headphones, a lot of things that you'd want to have with the instrument as it is. So really special offers, really great stuff, and really comes together, especially with the bundled package from Kraft. You know, I think what's so important to remember is, along with Roland's awarded and applauded actions, their instruments have always been innovative and inspirational at the highest levels. This instrument is not only no exception, but it's the leader of the pack. When you look at the ability of doing things like natural decay, if I depress any key on the instrument, you will hear exactly what you hear on a grand piano, which is no limit to a sample. There's no pulsing. When the key decays, you hear it perfectly from start to finish, and even on an oscilloscope, it looks exactly as it does on a concert grand. In other parts of a grand piano, for example, when you find a concert grand that you love for a certain application, many people will notice that certain parts of the instrument are actually slightly detuned, and that's what makes the instrument so warm or so fitting for a certain audience or a certain orchestra or a certain singer. You can now do that on this instrument, and anywhere from detuning one key to whatever level you want to detuning a complete range. Now, as I explained before, please use the V-Piano editor so you can see it much more clearly. But of course, you can also do it on panel. So if I just go to the tuning button and press the value wheel, you'll notice that you get a screen that shows you the chance to hit range set. I can set the range. And once the range is set, you'll notice that in that category, I can now turn the dial, and just that section of those keys becomes detuned slightly to whatever level I'd like. Now, the rest of the instrument is still in. So as you proceed on the instrument, again, you're basically your own piano technician. Or what we've seen happen in the last several months is a professional pianist or concert pianist will have their personal technician come in, and they'll take their favorite 9-foot concert grand and a V-Piano side by side, and the technician will take every single key of the instrument and match it exactly to that concert pianist's 9-foot grand. And then when the piano player records their new CD or plays it in concert, humidity doesn't affect it. You don't have to worry about miking. You don't have to worry about changes, so that after one set, you've got to retune the piano. After one night, you've got to change it. If it gets cold in the room, none of those elements matter. So that's some of the magic on V-Piano, along with being able to change the hammer, how hard or soft it is, the resonance, all the great things about this instrument that you'll see in those other videos. One more step further, there are 2 vintage pianos in the basic V-Piano structure, one from an American origin and one from a European origin, where you've got 2 9-foot grands to model from, to take from, to build from. But then we've got something called Vanguard, which means you can go past the elements of the grand pianos of the last 300 years. And for example, instead of a single wound copper string on the base of the piano, you can have it as 3 copper wound strings. So it gives you, for example, a much brighter, fuller, richer sound. Along with that, we can also do things like take all the strings and instead of winding them in copper, wind them in silver. Silver's a much harder, much brighter metal. So when you do that, you get this really great kind of rock and roll. Bottom line is there's just way too much on this instrument to talk about in this short video. So just please use the other resources I talked about earlier in the video and learn as much as you possibly can about the coolest, greatest digital piano in history. I'm going to close with just a little bit of playing. One more thing to remember, that the most attention to detail, authentic, durable, best touch and toned, easiest to operate, most educationally based, most innovative and inspirational products on the market are Roland, and we're so proud of everything we have, but this instrument just goes beyond anything even we imagined. Thanks for joining me.